everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. So, got another one for Kimmy, and this one is called "Don't Give Up," featuring Kate Bush, and it's a Peter Gabriel uh, performance, I guess. And I think Sledgehammer, I think it's the one I did of him before, and I think it was for Kimmy then as well. So, yeah, this one has gotten 61 million views. So, holy cow, man. I can only imagine. This sounds, I mean, obviously it's a good one if it's gotten 61 million views. So, let's go into the intro and then go right into the video, and I'll catch y'all somewhere in between, in the middle. All right, man. So, here we go, y'all.
In this proud land we grew up strong. We were wanted all along. I was taught to fight, taught to win. I never thought I could fail. No fight left, or so it seems. I am a man whose dreams have all deserted. I've changed my face, I've changed my name, but no one wants you when you lose.
Don't give up, 'cause you have friends. Don't give up, you're not beaten yet. Don't give up, I know you can make it good.
Though I saw it all around, never thought that I could be a faintant. Thought that we'd be last to go. It is so strange the way things turn. Drove the night toward my home, the place that I was born, on the lakeside. As daylight broke, I saw the earth, the trees had burned down to the ground.
Don't give up, you still have us. Don't give up, we don't need much of anything. Don't give up, 'cause somewhere there's a place where we belong. Rest your head, you worry too much. It's gonna be alright. When times get rough, you can't fall back on us. Don't give up, please don't give up.
So, man, I'm listening to the words of this song, and you know, I when it started out, I could relate. I was taught to win. I was taught to fight. I was taught to, just never give up. And I've never have given up, but there's been times, man, You know, you know, so here in Texas, we have district attorneys, and they're the prosecutors for the state, and they came after me. The prosecutor came after me. The DA, the elected DA. It was a political. I was politically elected, and he's politically elected, and anyway, he didn't like my politics, and neither did the county judge, and so they came after me. They thought they could find something, that I would be guilty of, and they would just get me out of office that way. They'd get me to plead to get out of office. And I'm giving y'all just this condensed version, but what they've done this to a lot of police officers, and the police officers had just handed over their badge, and they could never be police officers again. They've went on their way, and they've been, uh, you know, successful, I guess, but the police officers just didn't want to fight. They just didn't, even if they were innocent, which is what I was. Um, you know, the DA is not using his money to come after you. He's using the money of the people. So uh, he's got deep pockets. Whereas the person they're coming after you, me. In this case, it was me. I don't have deep pockets. I don't have state money. I have money that I make, to support my family. But we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars to fight any kind of charges. And this DA knew that, and this DA wanted to just starve me out, get me to a place where I couldn't even uh, provide for my family anymore, and force me to give up my badge, and I would have to go on, and they'd get somebody else in there that elected in there that that they could manipulate and that they could control. He didn't count on me. He didn't count on me. He got to me, and I wouldn't back down, and I fought him, and I won, and ended up suing uh, several people connected to this, and so now and won those too. Uh, and the money that I got from that, I ended up paying off my house, and also, though all those people that were involved in the political side of things, him included, are no longer there. They're all. I'm the last guy standing. I outlasted them. Um, some of them quit. Some of them got fired. He resigned. Um, there was a lot that happened, and I was going to retire actually 4 years before I did, but because of what they did and when they came after me, it strengthened my resolve that I was not going to retire. I was going to run another campaign for another 4 years, which I did and which I won. So I ran 4 campaigns and won all 4 of them, and they were 4-year terms. And but the reason why I did this the last time was because I was determined that for everything they brought at me, I was determined to be the last one standing. I could I could say some words right now that it would affect a lot of people's ears, but I will never ever quit, ever. And my wife. So I guess the reason why I'm bringing this up is my wife is like this lady right here who's saying, "Don't quit, don't give up." So there was times that we had to refinance the house, take that money, and give it to lawyers to, represent me. And there was times that we were on the brink of losing that house because of everything that they brought against me. And I went to my wife while I was still fighting the machine. And I went to my wife and I said, "Honey, just tell me if you want me to take a plea." I wasn't guilty of anything, but sometimes you have to take a plea and you're going to admit to something you didn't do so you can save your family. You got to go to work. You got to pay bills. You got to have a place for your family to live. And if you can't do that, for your pride, which that's what it was for me. It was for my pride. I was going to fight them and with everything that I had, but I being selfish? And that's the way I was looking at it. Because it didn't just affect me; it affected my family. And so I asked my wife. I said, am I being selfish? Do you want me to take a plea? And God, man, she's like, you ain't quitting nothing. I mean, she was so freaking pissed off that I would even question her. So that's what this song reminds me of. That girl right there is his ride or die. And I know this is just a song, but songs, people, he might be singing it that doesn't affect him, but there's somebody out there that it does affect. So yeah, my wife is like, holy shit, man. You ain't that right? No, you're not gonna quit when you're right. If you end up, for whatever reason they find you guilty and you have to be sentenced to prison, she'll be right there waiting for me when I get out. Which, yeah, I wasn't looking forward to that. But I wasn't going to quit. I wasn't going to admit to something that I didn't do. I'd rather I'd rather not have anything left. Other than my wife and my kids. Everything else can be replaced, but you can't ever replace your integrity. Once you give it up, you can't get it back. So yeah, man, I said all that right in the middle of this. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what got a hold of me there.
Please don't give up.
Got to walk out of here. I can't take anymore. Gonna stand on that bridge. Keep my eyes down below. Whatever may come and whatever may go, that river's flowing. That river's flowing.
That's right.
Moved on to another town. Tried hard to settle down. For every job, so many men no one needs.
Don't give up, 'cause you have friends. Don't give up, you're not the only one.
It's funny because you never know when a song is gonna uh, hit you. You know, um, there's no way. I mean, I would ever guessed uh, that this song was gonna would affect me. I'd never heard it, so uh, yeah. Y'all now y'all know, and I just gave you like I said, a condensed version. That whole episode took 3 years before I was finally exonerated and um, got my life back. And regardless of what everybody that was involved, I mean, it was so corrupt. It was pathetic. I never believed in corruption until it happened to me. So now, uh, it's made me a better man because I was law enforcement. I'm a peace officer, man, and I would put people in jail, but it was right. Those were righteous arrests. I was never an asshole, and everything I did, to me, I was righteous about it. I never took anything personal. Anything that anybody did, I never took personal. It was just the law. But so when they came after me, I saw the other side of it. And um, everybody's got a story. It even if you arrest a guy who's got warrants, and or a girl that's got his warrants and has done something, and you take them to jail, you've literally just taken them from their family. If it's the man and he's the breadwinner, and you arrest him on some bullshit charge like no driver's license, which in Texas there's only two things we can't arrest for, uh, traffic wise, and you know, so let's just say that you're speeding. You're not. It's not an arrestable offense in Texas. It, it can turn into arrestable offense if you're resisting or whatever. But I'm not really sure how to word all this. It, I guess if you arrest somebody and and again, I'll just tell you, in Texas, we have so much. Police officers have so much leeway on whether they arrest or they don't arrest, and there's reasons why. But I'm gonna stick with the traffic deal. So if somebody's doing 25 miles over the speed limit, then it's considered reckless driving, and you can arrest on reckless driving. Yes, it's speeding, and you can't arrest on speeding, but over 25 over the speed limit is considered reckless driving, or it was. I'm not sure. I've been out of it for over 7 months. But you can arrest on reckless driving. But do you have to? No, no, you don't have to. You have the leeway. The state gives you leeway to make up those decisions. Your boss doesn't do that. The state does it. So if the state says you can or you don't have to, so you don't have to arrest a guy. You don't have to take his freedom away, or girl, their freedom away because they were driving, 25 miles over the speed limit. There's a lot of things that go into that, and you would talk to them and you would come to that determination. But sometimes, you would be in a foul mood, and because you had that leeway, maybe you would arrest somebody. So, you know, the, now it doesn't just affect that person; it affects his whole family. What if he's the only breadwinner in the family, and you arrest him, and he can't get out of jail? Who's feeding that family? Who's buying the food? Who's buying the clothes? Who's making the house payment or the electricity or the water bill? Who's doing that when you arrested somebody because you had a bad day and they were doing 25 miles over the speed limit? So that's what I've trained. I used to train my officers that way. You know, just because you can doesn't mean you should. You know, so so I've seen both sides of that coin. I didn't see it before, but when they came after me and they tried to starve me out, and I wouldn't quit, then this this district attorney who's known as a badge collector, uh, plenty of police officers before me, he went after uh, that little shit. I'll tell you right now, but he's no longer there. You know, that would be a lifetime career job, district attorney of a county. It's huge. It's a very powerful position. He would have been there forever, but he ain't there now. Just because he came after a police officer who has a background of I'm not freaking quitting, and I'll go toe to toe with you until you stab a knife in my heart, and then you better twist it. You know, that's just my mentality. And I always said I had that mentality, but until you're tested, you really don't know. But that's a lot of talking here on a video. And I apologize if y'all fast forward to this, man. I don't blame you, actually. You know, I mean, this is so, there's. Anyway, Peter Gabriel, don't give up. All right, y'all. Bye. I mean, shit, I'm so screwed up. Till I see y'all again, I'll catch you down the road. Bye, y'all.